USL League Two. I thought this was kind of fun to see. USL League Two. So what would that be?
The fourth
fourth
division.
division of
Hmm.
American soccer is about to have its final set for this Saturday between Vermont Green FC and Ballard FC, which is in the Seattle area. And some people have been tweeting about this. Vermont Green's atmosphere is really something. Like their semifinal game against a team from Dothan, Alabama, uh, was really good, and they won in penalty kicks. And then Ballard had its standing room only for their semifinal, which is at a stadium just north of Seattle, both at college soccer stadiums. And then so Ballard beat the Flint City Bucks last night 2-1. And the League Two format is big bracket with they got 144 teams in the league. It's crazy, 144. So they have it divided into 4 conferences: Western, Central, Eastern, and Southern. And then each conference is divided into divisions.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So they have several and apparently all the division winners automatically qualify for the 32 team playoff, and then you got a few at-large bids for good second place finishers. And just to wrap this all up, the final will be at Virtue Field, way up in Burlington, Vermont, about a mile from the shore of Lake Champlain. Place I would like to visit. I've never been there. The game is at 7 p.m. Eastern time, Saturday. I think you can watch it on YouTube. You can definitely watch it on the Sport Engine Play platform. So something kind of cool that's going on. Soccer didn't look too bad.
Shout out League Two, man. But yeah, I think it was like, I know the Vermont game, it was like 2,000 people, 2,500 people.
Is that what it was?
Something like that. Yeah, I think it might be all the venue can hold, I want to say. But yeah, it looked rowdy, looked packed. I mean, I think these are two of the better brands in American soccer. Vermont Green has kind of knocked it out the park since they started, kids and all that type of stuff. Ballard FC as well. And when you see these videos matriculating on social media, right, it gets it started. What is it? I'm talking about the pro rail discussion, of course, baby. And I have to say, I've had some new thoughts on it.
Oh,
after thinking about the Frankfurt Aston Villa match a little bit, because this match happened once again on Saturday. Okay, at the same time that this match was happening, Louisville City FC was playing Lexington Sporting Club at Lexington, in the Jägermeister Cup, which is basically USL's League Cup. USL is their own cup now. And so I want to say this is Louisville City's first time up in Lexington at their stadium. They just opened a stadium this season, and so Louisville City goes up there, wins in dramatic fashion, 2-1. And I say this to say that I think not most, but a decent bit of the Louisville City fan base was up in Lexington. They did not make up the usual numbers that you would expect. Like of the 12,000 people that came to the Aston Villa Frankfurt match, a lot of those were not Louisville
just
City,
regular Louisville City season ticket holders.
Ticket holders, right? And I looked, and from where I was sitting in the outside part of the press box, you could see all the different kits that were represented. All the different Premier League clubs. We were also close to where the Aston Villa fans were sitting. They were singing the entire match, etc. And just and so I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, this is a stadium full of people that are not Louisville City fans that are coming to the stadium for the first time. And I started thinking about how fractured soccer is in this country, right? Of course. Everyone knows this. Like soccer has made it in America. Soccer, the sport, has made it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question for all these front offices around the league from MLS on down is how do we parlay the popularity of soccer to making sustainable business models for our franchises or whatever, right?
All-Star game. I got an idea. All-Star game, baby.
How do we get these people that care about soccer and other leagues, whether it's Liga MX, Premier League, Bundesliga, etc., to care about soccer in America? I feel like the only answer is an open system. I feel like the only answer is an open system, bro. Because there's
You're
no
talking my
reason.
language, Vince.
There's no reason for a USL fan to care about the MLS. I tried significantly at first when I jumped in to the deep end in 2018 or whatever. I tried very hard to be a MLS fan, and I'm not here to pour mouth MLS, but there's no reason for me as a USL fan to care about MLS. Now, as a scuffed podcast host, obviously there's some prospects. I want MLS to do well, to have a better development environment for kids that we raise up and hopefully go on to play in the top 5 leagues or whatever. So I root for it from that angle, right? But I don't have to care. And a lot of times, y'all listen to this pod, we don't bring up MLS a lot. Why? Because we don't care that much. And once again, this is not people get sensitive about these types of things. And there's no reason for an MLS fan to care about what's going on in USL either. On the flip side,
Right.
there's no reason for USL.
A lot of them
League,
don't. A lot of them don't.
right?
Yeah.
No reason for a USL League One fan to care about what happens in the USL Championship, what happens in the USL League Two, etc., etc., etc. How do we connect all these things? By opening the system.
Mm-hmm.
And
do it, Don. Do it, Don Garber.
It really just hit me. And that's the thing. Another thing about it, obviously the practical side of why this will never happen is that, these expansion fees are crazy. These very rich people are investing a ton of money to get in the MLS, blah, 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 building these stadiums. Understood. I'm not sure that getting relegated to Division 2 or whatever would cause you to lose that much value in your asset under an open system. If it's truly an open system.
Yeah, if it's truly an open system and it's truly cooking, then you'd probably be fine. But
I just think
those are two big ifs, though.
I've become red pill, man. I think that's the way. I think that's the way, man. And of course, I'm open to listen to anybody on the other side. I've very much been like a person that doesn't care about this discussion. But once I really sat there and got to turning the wheels in my head over these last 2 days,
it's funny. My son had his 10th birthday party on Saturday. Shout out Gideon, great kid. But
yes.
One of the dads of the kids who came to the party is like, I don't know, if you could draw up a picture of what a North Georgia white male looks like, he is that picture. He's a great guy. He helps with the Boy Scouts. He does all kinds of stuff. But he's not a soccer guy. But he brought up Wrexham, and he said, you know what was really fascinating about that is he watched the series.
Mm-hmm.
He said the way they explained how you can go from the bottom all the way to the top. He was like, that was really interesting. And I was like, interesting that you would be fascinated by that, inside my head. I'm like, it is. They did do a good job. What I said was they did do a good job of explaining it. They had like the graphic with the pyramid.
Yeah, the pyramid, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Right in the first episode, sets the sort of stage for the whole thing. And I think a lot of people would no, people are tired of me talking about it, I think, but I think a lot of people would enjoy that possibility, and it would draw in people who and then I made the point, I just assumed that I was surrounded by Republicans. I just made the point that it's funny that America, the land of capitalism and the free market, is the one country where the sports are not the sports don't work that way. And Europe, which we think of as like more socialist or
Of
whatever,
course. Mhm.
has this sort of naked meritocracy in sport.
Yep.
And one of the other dads was like, "No, that is interesting. That is interesting." So I'm a very successful pro rel conversation from my point of view.
Yeah.
Um,
Bro, this quote from Shad Khan always comes up in my head. Shad Khan, owner of Fulham, owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, he was talking to Roger Bennett. I want to say I'm Men in Blazers or whatever, and he said, "You eat what you kill," in European soccer, and it just always like pops up in my head, just like eat what. Yeah, I mean it's true, man. It's just like eat what you kill. You do your thing, and you're up in the top division.
right.
Louisville City could do its thing endlessly, and
I mean, wouldn't that be fun? Even if they didn't succeed, it would be so fun to have that hope as a Louisville City supporter.
yeah, I would be more locked in than I've been over these last 2 years or so. For sure. It's yeah. I don't know, man. Well,
Yeah.
well, I do know. We need an open system.
Yeah.
Need an open system. And once again, I don't think these. I don't think you're going to lose too much money. Like the idea that in an open system that like your fans would just go away or whatever the hell. Like that would be the. I guess you get less TV money or whatever the hell. But how much TV money are you actually getting now? MLS. I mean, I guess it.
Nobody knows because nobody wants to say, which indicates it's probably not a lot.